Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Now, we are going to present about our presentation that has a title Research Method, Especially Qualitative. Before we start our presentation, we will introduce ourselves. My friend Aisyah Diza Zianka and me, Muhammad Anditya Putra Darmawan, want to talk about qualitative. In general, research methodology refers to three dimensions. The first is the research approach adapted to as a research design. The second, the approach used to collect data or data analysis technique. And the last one is the data analysis process. Using this three dimension, we can categorize research method into two types. The first quantitative and the second qualitative research. On this discussion, we will discuss about qualitative research. The definition about qualitative, based on Professor Dr. Sugiono. Qualitative research is a research that used to examine the condition of natural object, where the researchers is the key instrument. The difference with quantitative research is that this research start from data, utilize existing theory and explanatory material, and with a theory. The second one is based from Professor Dr. Lexi J. Molyong. He said that qualitative research is research that intends to understand phenomena about what is experienced by research subjects such as behavior, perception, motivation, action, etc. Holistically and by means of description in the form of words and language in the spatial natural context by utilizing various natural methods. And the next, we're going to talk about the type of qualitative research. In contrast to quantitative research, this type of research method does not use the number. The scope of qualitative research is also smaller than quantitative, but carried out in depth. In depth. Qualitative research can be conducted using narrative, phenomenological, grounded, ethnographic, and the case study method. The first, we're going to talk about the narrative research. Narrative research is used if the researchers want to describe the life of the individual or group being studied. The result of the study are explained in the narrative and chronological manner. Not infrequently, the narrative of research result developed by informant into combined with researchers' perspective. The second one, we're going to talk about the phenomenological research. Phenomenological research is carried out when researchers want to understand a phenomenon from the point of view of certain individual or group who experience in this issue. This research design closely relate to the field of philosophy and psychology, but it often also used in sociological studies. Phenomenological research data obtained through in-depth interview. And the third is grounded research. Grounded research is often used in sociological research. Grounded requires researchers to create description theories about processes, action, or interaction that are purely from the participant when going out in the field to collect data. The researchers must be detached from other theories or perspective. The grounded research process is using several stages of data collection and strategies in categorizing the information or data obtained. And the last one, we're going to talk about the method. The name is ethnography. Ethnographic research is used when researchers want to explore pattern of behavior, language, and social action of particular group or community in natural environment over a certain period of time. Data collection technique in this type of research usually involve participatory observation and in-depth interviews. The next is the case study method. This type of research is applied to investigate and analyze a case in depth and from various perspectives. The case under this study is usually an event, activity, program, or process involving individual or group. A case usually occur in a specific context, namely at a certain time and place. Then the process of collecting case of study data is also carried out within the specific time or period. And the next material will be delivered by Adis.
Okay, Adit, thank you for giving me opportunities to deliver my part. So here we're going to talk about qualitative research objective. So the goal of qualitative research is to describe a phenomena as thoroughly as possible by gathering the most detailed data. Demonstrating the relevance of deep and detail in data being investigated. So the more in-depth, extensive research, the so in terms of the number respondents or research objects, qualitative research method have less than quantitative research methods since they value data deep over data quantity. So researchers should be aware of following key points when performing qualitative research. And firstly, is in measuring a variable, qualitative research does not place too much emphasis on number of values. And second of all, qualitative research does not use a statistical methodologies to conduct as a test. And thirdly, it is elaborative in nature, allowing researchers to develop future into the data. And fourth, the research object by not depending on numerical measurements. And lastly, or five, unstructured does not as opposite to quantitative research. And after that, we're going to talk about a qualitative research step. The steps for conducting qualitative research are as follows. First is create a research design. And second, choosing a location and a subject for research. And thirdly, collection and analysis. And fourth is a presentation of data. And five, or the last point, is conclusion and closing remark statement. So after that, we're going to move to the next slide, please, Adit. Yeah, thank you. Here, some reason why is qualitative research is conductive. When a researcher is unable to establish a clear issue statement for a study target, for example, if a researcher wishes to know the public's opinions or responses to the construction of MRT in Jakarta, but it's too difficult to describe the research problem and objective. Qualitative research can be conducted, so this is to account for the complexity for formulating statement for specific research challenge. And another opinion is to define the problem in terms of quality, such as a community reaction, opinions, or other information for elaboration. And then when selecting the research objective, a more precise and in-depth understanding is needed. Qualitative research is extremely suitable to be carried out in this scenario because of this elaborate character. Qualitative research can easily assess researchers in digging deeper information linked to a research topic. When the goal of study is investigate how natural occurrences occur, this is because qualitative research is more elaborative. And then, when a researcher wishes to investigate numbers interconnected research context, qualitative research is critical to maintaining an independence of the study result. It is possible that conducting quantitative research will be lead to the conclusion that factors are depend on the variable cannot be studied. Meanwhile, the statistical dependencies test is ignored when conducting qualitative research when a more modern approach is required. So this is the final conclusion for our presentation. I will take it back to the Adit. Thank you, Adit.
Thank you so much, Adis. Guys, I think that's enough for us. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.